Still hanging on to a lot of rain here in the Queen City. Obviously, we've already seen most of the rain fall, but more's on tap. We can expect the rain, though, to end tonight. Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Erin Ashley. We are seeing a little bit more wet conditions out there on the roads, of course, after yesterday and what has fallen today. Now, if we step into that 7-day forecast, you're going to notice one thing, and that's the absence of rain. So big changes are coming, and they're not too far away at all. As soon as tomorrow we start to dry out, and for the rest of that extended forecast, I'm not seeing any big rain, especially this weekend and most of your work week ahead. But I mean, look at this image behind me. It's just messy, kind of gross. She's looked better. This is our Queens Gate camera, kind of looking towards the Union Terminal. You can kind of see it in the very top left corner of the screen. I'm not ashamed. Now we do have a couple of trees out there that are picking up on some beautiful peak fall color, which it's the time of year in which we do catch peak fall color. So while it is rainy, while it is gloomy, while it is cold, it actually kind of looks pretty at times. It's a stretch, but it's there nevertheless. So if you guys are tuning in on Facebook, let me know your favorite place, favorite park to check out the fall color. Again, we're going to hang on to those peak fall color, that peak fall color for the next couple of days or weeks. And then as we get colder, deeper into November, the leaves are fall a little bit more. But rain right now here in Cincinnati. Let's talk about where it's the heaviest, which is east of Cincinnati now and south as well towards parts. It's right over all of Campbell County. You're getting the worst of the rain for the tri-state right now. Very western Claremont County, you've been seeing rain for a few hours now, and here in Hamilton County, if you look close enough, you can actually start to see that while it is raining from west to east, north to south, it is starting to dry up a little bit, or lighten up a little bit out towards Harrison and out towards, and most certainly out towards our southeastern Indiana counties. I mean, look at this. Like we've been tracking, by about the afternoon hours today, that is when the rain was going to start to lighten up, and then later on this afternoon fully exit the tri-state closer to dinner time. But obviously it's holding on to some light showers, kind of spiraling into the tri-state from the north. And we've been tracking some gusty winds as well. Take a look at that while I'm talking about it, because while we're seeing rainy conditions and we're seeing nice low-lying clouds, it looks very gloomy. We also have this hidden hazard of the year in which we're hanging on to these gusty winds, which gusting up to about 23 miles per hour here in the International Airport. Owenton as well, but then stronger wind gusts seen north and west towards Connorsville at about 26 miles per hour. So we're going to hold on to these breezes throughout the day and even into your Halloween, though they're not going to be as strong as what you saw there. The thing we're not holding on to, thankfully, going to be the rain chances, which are falling off throughout your afternoon. Again, you're already seeing a lighten up in southeastern Indiana, but it fully comes to an end for the entire tri-state closer to dinner time. By about 6 o'clock is when things are starting to shape up. We're going to hold on to the wet conditions. It's still going to be breezy. It's still going to be a little cloudy too, but you're going to see here on your weather timeline, the green, the heaviest rain to going to be out of the area closer to about 5 or 6 o'clock. But here in Cincinnati, 3 to 4 o'clock, southeastern Indiana, you might start to see some sun as soon as tonight. Great news for you guys there. Good change of pace. And then the rest of us will see the skies clear a little bit closer to that sunset, which is close to 6:30 right now, but by 8, mostly clear skies do take over. We're going to see some intervals of clouds throughout the day on Friday, Halloween, last day of October. It's looking good. It's looking a little cool for this time of year, but manageable in the middle 50s. And obviously you see here some sun. We can't rule out just a couple sprinkles here and there with those clouds. But again, most of us just sitting nice and dry. Still a little cool and chilly for the trick-or-treat hours, with temperatures dropping into the 40s throughout your evening. Now the wind gusts today versus tomorrow, like I mentioned, and we'll keep mentioning, tomorrow, while we're not seeing the rain, we're still seeing a little bit of a breeze. So hold on to your hats, quite literally, for the Halloween costumes. Today, wind gusts up to about 30 miles per hour. We're already kind of seeing that right now. And then tomorrow, back it up. Here's the heat of the day in which winds are typically at their strongest. Still seeing gusts around 25 miles per hour. But then as we dive into your evening forecast, your trick-or-treat times, most of them start around 6 o'clock in the evening. It'll be around that time. 52 degrees, temps dropping, a bit breezy, but partly cloudy too. So great change of pace from the mess we've been tracking for well over a day now, and it has just continued here into your Thursday. I know. Thankfully, it doesn't continue into Friday. All right, let's see if we have any questions coming on in this afternoon. JD is tuning in. How are you doing today? What's the weather for Canton tomorrow? Have a good day today. JD, I'm doing well. Thank you for tuning in as always. And weather for Canton tomorrow, I'm assuming they're still going to hold on to some rain chances early tomorrow, but hopefully things will start to clear out for Halloween. But thanks for tuning in as always. Not seeing any other comments, so we're going to keep going with this forecast, in which I want to talk about the rain that has already fallen and what we're going to add on top of it, because I'll get to exact values later on in the afternoon newscast as more data starts to come back into the First Alert Weather Center. But for the last 24 hours, most of us have gotten at least an inch of rain. That's the blue. That means you've gotten an inch or more. You can see Ripley County and eastern parts of the viewing area out towards Brown, Highland, Clinton, Adams, Mason counties, maybe a little bit closer to that half-inch to 1-inch piece, but you guys are still seeing the rain and you're going to hold on to it a little bit longer. I would assume that you're also going to get into the blue category later on this afternoon. Plus, this is not including what fell before noon yesterday. This is only the last 24 hours, and so yeah, I mean, most of us have gotten at least an inch of rain. And good news about what's left is that it's not too impressive. The heaviest rain is well out of the tri-state. We saw that last night. It brought a good hefty amount of rain to Cincinnati itself, but this is what we're tracking for the rest of the day today. Hardly a measurable amount, about 1/10 of an inch, maybe closer to 1/4 of an inch in spots. But that's it for the rainfall for today. We're going to hold on to the clouds a little bit longer, though, into your evening, and then eventually start to calm down altogether. Before I stop talking about the rain, though, I do want to give you guys a quick reminder for this time of year, because, I mean, I saw it this morning. We all experience it this time of year, but just like a reminder that wet leaves, there's not a lot of friction between that, and that friction out there on the roads is incredibly necessary when you're hitting the brakes. So this is why this time of year you want to give yourself extra space behind the car in front of you. And I've got this example for you guys because this compares what your following distance should be for a dry road versus a wet road versus a wet road with wet leaves on top of it. So you can assume that following distance, you're gonna need to give yourself a little bit extra behind the car in front of you, because, I mean, you're hitting the brakes. You wanna give yourself in your car time to perhaps, I mean, you might slide a little bit because we're seeing the lack of friction. So this specific example is for a speed limit about 40 miles per hour, and on a dry road it's recommended about 80 feet. I don't know what that is in car lengths, but I would assume, and I've always been told this, you want to have at least 3 to 4 cars behind the car in front of you. But then obviously, just taking this example with wet leaves on the road, you want to triple that following distance. And again, it's to account for the fact that you might slip and slide a little bit. And the interstates, the main roads, are very well taken care of, and there's usually not a lot of leaves around those roads in the first place, or trees for that matter. But I mean, the back roads, your neighborhood roads, I mean, hopefully you're not going 40 miles per hour if it's a 25, but you guys get the point. Give yourself extra space between the car in front of you. All right, I'm going to get off my soapbox for a second. And I want to talk about your weekend ahead, because while we talk about how rainy it is, we talk about how breezy it is, we talk about first alert weather days, well, the next couple of days, or the next weekend and all of next week, I shouldn't say couple of days, it's looking great. great change of pace for Halloween. Tomorrow, Friday, Halloween, last day of October, however you want to describe it, 55, partly cloudy, hanging on to some breezes with temperatures dropping into the 40s throughout trick or treat. It's not going to be too cold. Saturday, still hanging on to those clouds, cool as a result, mid to low 50s. And then Sunday, just a slim chance for rain. I'm seeing that mainly southeast of Cincinnati, and it's looking fairly light where we do see it, southeast of Cincinnati. So the Bengals game itself, I'm not forecasting much of an impact to that, but if that changes, we will let you know as soon as we know. And a reminder, we do fall back this weekend. We fall back an hour, so that means the clocks. If you have a smartphone, the smartphone will do it for you. And I mean, that's what I use. But there's been many times in which I am getting ready in the morning, the day of, or Sunday, when daylight saving time ends, in the microwave in the oven. You haven't put the clock back an hour, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a jump scare. You're like, oh my gosh, I am so late. I'm trying to find you guys my graphic that I made for the difference in the sunrise versus the sunset times, because Saturday, seeing that sunrise, we don't have many of these behind 8 o'clock in the morning, after 8 o'clock in the morning, but this one on Saturday will be after that sunrise will. And then the sunset at 6:37, but then on Sunday, the sunrise and the sunset, because we fall back an hour, both are going to be an hour earlier. So sunrise 7:07 and the sunset 5:36. Us 9 to 5ers are going to be seeing a lot of the darkness in the evenings, but more sun in the daylight hours for the bus stops. So that's your first alert on your weekend forecast. And stepping into next week, let's get into that 7-day forecast after I answer some questions, of course, because next week is looking great. It's looking a little bit on the warmer side, a little bit more seasonal as well, and plenty of dry time too. Okay, we got a couple people chiming in from Kentucky. We've got Jeannie, hi, from Sparta, Kentucky. Hello, thanks so much for tuning in. And Tiffany is tuning in from Warsaw. Hello, Tiffany. I hope you both are having a fantastic day, staying dry and hopefully staying warm. And hopefully have a great weekend, you guys, too. Thanks for tuning in. All right, let's talk about that 7-day forecast because, well, it's so rainy right now, so gloomy, just gross to be outside. This weekend's going to be a pretty good fall weekend. It's going to be a little cool, still tracking highs in the mid-50s and chilly mornings in the upper 30s to the low 40s, excuse me. And then we're hanging on to the clouds. I'd say you're going to see more clouds towards the afternoons, especially for Saturday. And for Sunday, again, sprinkles possible. Maybe a little bit more moderate showers coming into the mix on Sunday southeast of Cincinnati, but nothing to compare to today is the good news. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of all of next week is going to be very nice. Low 60s, so that's normal for this time of year. We've been well below normal with these temperatures for some time now, and it's going to be a good good change, I'd say. Certainly for the sunny side and certainly for the dry side. I'm not seeing much in the way of rain all of next week and stepping into that second weekend of November. I can't believe we're talking about November, guys. That's crazy. See if you have any other questions coming on in, and I'm not seeing any. So we'll go ahead and do one more overview of what the radar looks like right now to get you guys out the door for any of those lunch plans. And reminder that the rain that you're going to see right here, it's going to be coming to an end within the next 5 hours or so. It's already lightening up as I speak, especially west of Cincinnati, south and west. So Gallatin, Owen, you've got Switzerland, Ohio, Dearborn, Western Dearborn, Ripley. You can expect a couple of light showers here and there, but the rain for you guys is coming to an end very soon. And then here in Cincinnati, the heaviest rain is due east. We're going to still see these off and on showers, I'd say through about 4 o'clock, and then that's when the rain's going to start to come to an end for us here in Cincinnati, and then the rain fully comes to an end for us here in the tri-state around 6 o'clock as this rain you see right here fully passes east and away from the tri-state. So again, this is moving counterclockwise around a much bigger storm, and so As it makes that motion, you're going to notice these showers moving from north to south, which we don't see too often, but most certainly possible as we are seeing it right now. And because this is happening, we're seeing that northerly breeze coming in behind it. That's going to quickly clear out these rain showers. Again, it's 12:15 right now, and some of us are drying out right now. Cincinnati dries out around 3 to 4, and then Hillsborough, Adams County, Maysville, Georgetown, Wilmington, you guys dry out by about 5 to 6. The sun will still be up in spots, so yeah, we can expect the rain to end tonight. It leads into a much drier and comfortable Halloween weekend and first weekend of November. All right, not seeing any other questions coming on in this afternoon, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I'm live in Queensgate. Thanks so much for tuning on in. I hope you're staying warm. I hope you're staying dry, and I hope you're staying safe out there on the roads. We'll see and have the latest for you guys coming in on Fox 19 now at 3.